Today I am building a private school in Bloxburg. That's right, the places where the richest of the rich go.
I'm Kim Kardashian West. I'm a mother, millionaire, law student, and billionaire.
And my school is going to include things like a gym, the head teacher's office, detention room, the whole shebang. I'm, of course, the principal here, so what I say goes. And since it's a private school, it's going to look like an actual castle. Like, have you seen Oxford, Cambridge? They look like actual Hogwarts. I feel like Professor McGonagall is going to come out of a broom cupboard. So we'll name the plot Hogwarts. Let's do this. So I jumped straight into the layout. This is going to be a big school. There's no time for chit chat. So as you can see, this is huge. And if you're curious, it's 16 down and 24 across. And since it is a school and not like some weird deformed bungalow, we're going to have to add a second story. And I apparently can't build. And it's a good thing I have 500k in the bank, guys, because I learned in school that if you send your kid to private school for 14 years, it costs 500 grand. So we already can't afford it now. And to add a little bit of extra texture, I'm going to make just this middle lump 3 stories high, because I don't like it when everything's flat like a pancake. Pancake day's been and gone, guys. And by the way, look at my pancake on pancake day. It was like the lamest thing ever. For some reason, I was like feeling healthy, so I didn't have anything on it, and it just tasted like air. Now we're going to work on the roof. So the third top story, there's going to be nothing in this. Just going to be a little bit of a fraud, to be honest. You raise me up. But seriously, they do actually need to be quite tall. I did want it basically like that, but I wanted these front bits to actually be able to have triangle-shaped roofs on them. Yeah, okay, I don't think this looks too bad. It's a little annoying that this roof is poking through, but I'm sure we can sort that out with wall trims or something. And are you kidding me right now? There we go. I fixed that little oopsie daisy. And when the build is so big, you have to go into fly mode to see it. And the best part about this is it looks just as good from the back. Now, you guys know I normally just abandon the back. So now we need to do like the pathway leading up. It's got to be grand. Like, I feel like horses are going to be like galloping along here. And ow, I just smacked my hand really hard making that sound. All the fancy private schools, they're like very old fashioned, which to be fair, you know I love that style, so I ain't complaining. From this picture, I'm sorry, first of all, why are they playing like golf at school? I wish we played golf at my school. But also pay attention to the grass. We actually have that grass in Bloxburg. Now, normally I don't use it because I think it looks like a pie, but I'm going to use it today because it's just too fancy. The actual walls they're kind of what I did this as, like brick. I'm going to try and make some sort of pattern out of it. Maybe these ones can be like, I don't know, planks. And just like that, we have got outside of our private school. It's kind of giving Viking era, but like I said, they love that. On a realistic note, what are my school's front doors? Like kind of commercial, even though this is, like I said, old money and we are going to get super fancy inside. I still feel like we've got to have some secure front doors. Like we can't just have French doors going in. Actually, yeah, we can. Forget everything I just rambled on about. We're making it fancy from here on out. The pillars, they're literally called fancy pillars. You can actually resize these to be like kind of chunky. Like she's chunky. And then I kind of want it to be inside and outside. So we'll put it like here. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know about that. It just isn't really striking me as anything. I mean, next we'll add the wall trims. I remember how I said I was going to fix this with a beam or something. That is what this is here. And it's been a while since I've added my iconic like 3 lines. This does nothing for the building apart from make it look like absolute fashion. Next up is the windows, and I am going to be using factory windows, which I then outlined with beams and copy and pasted around. So far, this is what it's looking like. I kind of like it, you know. I do definitely think these white ones look a little thin, so I might double these up. And then I had a really good idea just now. You guys actually were kind enough to tell me in the comments. Well, some of you were kind. Some of you were rather brutal. In the last video, I wanted to use this archway. And I was like, guys, it's too long. I want to make it shorter. Some people were really nice. And some people were like, are you dumb? You pressed T. When I heard this comment, I was actually flabbergasted. The amount of time I've wasted because I've been trying to make custom arches when Bloxburg's had them the whole time. But I was thinking, really, we could just add some here. I just wanted to try it out. So thanks to everyone who told me, even the nasty ones.
And I want to thank my haters too because
it doesn't look bad, so I think I'll repeat it. One thing I think it could use is, weirdly enough, some pillars on the top. But either way, we'll copy and paste that over. And can we just talk about how I've already spent 100 grand? Like, I'll add some fences to the roof. With that, we're almost ready to venture in. Not trying to be up my own bum, but this actually looks really good. What do all schools have for lunchtime? Picnic tables. My secondary school, guys, had such cute little tables like this. And since we're in rich people territory right now, let's add like proper fancy basket. Although, to be honest, I do have a picnic basket, so technically I could do this.
finally some of these cherry blossom trees.
Let's head indoors, Hogwartians. As you can see, we have got humongous space to build with. This is actually really quite big. It's intimidating me now. But it's not actually going to be as big as it kind of seems because the entryway is going to be humongous in itself. We'll start off by doing the upstairs floor, which might seem a little bit like topsy-turvy, but you'll see what I'm doing in a minute. We're going to make the floor pine cone. Of course, we're going to layer it as well. Who else gets triggered when their floor layers like this? Why have you gone to squares then? And sadly, I could not get this floor to face the right way. They are not elite employees.
She is not an elite employee.
And mostly downstairs is going to be the gym and the cafeteria, really. We'll then steal this railing off the roof. We've got to pick what stairs to use. Oh my god. I'm thinking we should do a little number like this, where you kind of go up from either side and meet in the middle, like a little marriage. And I might as well put the main chandelier in now. We're going to do it at some point. And wow, $12,000 did nothing. Yeah, this actually works perfectly. This is the most luxurious school entry I've ever seen. When you walk into my school, there's like packets of Doritos on the floor. There is like rats running around. Okay, maybe not rats. I don't want to get sued by my school. But it's not this. It's not this, and that's for certain. The walls in here, I think we should do like luxurious panels. Bloxburg panel decal codes. OMG. Certified doll. This might be my new texture. This is everything I've ever wanted in life. We may as well continue the French doors. And if you're wondering about like these gaps and stuff above the doors, you can legit cover it with this roof beam. But other than that, this is perfect. So I think we'll just have the panels along this wall. And now this is really screaming at private school kids. If we're talking about screaming, who else remembers that video of that private school boy shouting, "I'm getting really sick of you! Get out now!" Finally, we need to add the reception desk and the chairs because that's all that's in my school. I think we could do one either side here maybe. And I'm not going to worry about left or right islands today. We're just going to do all of them as the middle one. The receptionist at my school, there's a really, really nice one. Everyone loves her. And there is a horrible one. Guys, I'm not joking. She is rude. We'll literally go to reception if you're like sick and she'll be like, "Why are you out of lesson?" But every school has that one horrible teacher and everyone knows it. Leave a like if your school has that horrible teacher, guys. One like is one prayer. Finally, a cash register because sometimes you need to buy things at school like new PE kit. As I said, just some seats here and there. And also, I'm addicted to these new plants, guys. Like, I actually can't help myself. These plants are like the new everything. I've seen people on TikTok be like that these are their new plants. Like, these are the new it girl of Bloxburg. And I have to agree. Last but not least, in the center, I'm going to add a fountain. Then we'll fill in these nuggets up here. Wow, chums. I'm so thrilled with this. Shall we move on to some classrooms? The walls up here are going to be very, very strange. You're going to be able to see the classrooms through the entryway, if that makes sense. I'm a terrible explainer. So hopefully you guys are visual learners because I'll just show you what's going on. This is like going to be the only bit of the upstairs, if that makes sense. These rooms here are going to be the hallways. So again, if you missed that, this is what the upstairs layout is going to be. And then downstairs, it's going to be a very similar sort of thing, except not really because we're just going to have two big rooms. But I said classrooms. The classrooms you will get. Since you've already seen me build this hallway, I just started filling it in. As I was placing these chandeliers, guys, I was getting nostalgic. Who remembers when adding these $800 chandeliers was a treat? Nowadays, I just go and double up these $8,000 ones like it's nothing. But I thought we'd go back to my roots. It's no wonder I'm broke these days. Yes, I'm still a millionaire, but I'm still kind of broke, you know? But it's no wonder when I go buying those kinds of chandeliers. And I even filled in these side rooms. We need to decide the actual doors of the classrooms and the detention rooms. Now, ideally, I actually want to use these. I actually think that looks like such a sick school door. The classroom, what should we do first? What's everyone's favorite subject? Art. Let's do an art class because at private school, it's actually normally like, of course you have to be smart and academic, but it's also prides itself on like the creative classes. Guys, I'm gonna have to turn my brightness up a little bit. I have such a bad habit of filming on like 0 brightness. I don't know why. So if we look up Axle, I think that's what it's called. Dangerous axes. I didn't want that. It might be called like an easel, actually. What was I calling it? An axle? I'm so dumb. The students are going to be facing them, and this is actually perfect to have an idea for these crevices in a minute. So we'll have 2 on each side of the class, and I actually want to pair these with paintings that are already in the easels. So it's sort of like some have started last lesson and some are really far behind. Like if I get put with my friend in class, I'm sure it's the same for you guys. It's game over. You're just chatting with them the whole lesson. Who can help a good gossip, you know? And then my idea for these crevices was to have like the paint and the sinks here. And then we need like some shelves. So the only place we can really put these is if we shorten them and have them along the side. Oh my, guys, I just had the fright of my life. I just looked out my window and there's a window cleaner. I need to shut my blinds. That was so scary. Is it just me, guys, or do your parents not tell you when the window cleaner's coming? And then you look out your window and they're like just staring into you and it's like, oh my God, what the hell? And then we'll have some stools so you can sit over here as well and have more of a gossip because XOXO, Gossip Girl. Guys, I've just started watching Gossip Girl and it is amazing. I just finished episode 2, so can't really talk about much of it, but so far I love Serena van der Woodsen. What the hecky peck? Why didn't I colour any of these? I just left all of these that default ugly colour. We'll make them linen. And these are the paintings I've come up with. I'm not going to give too much away before the tour, but some people took their art class seriously and that would so be me, just painting my cat. Over on the wall, we are also going to put some of the best pieces. Now, I haven't decided what the best pieces are going to be yet. Finally, we've got to add the teacher's desk. The most important thing, you cannot have a classroom without a teacher. In private school, like, what are they like? I wonder. Are they just like, hello? I don't know what that was. And in the art cupboard, what else are you going to have other than paints? So, and then for the sake of filling up this wall, I'm going to put a door connecting to the detention room. Now, what better class other than art class to go to the detention room, you know? Because like I said, this is where everyone's going to be messing around, splattering paint everywhere. We might as well do the detention room since it's right here, and the temptation to add jail cells, like, and I wonder, do private schools even have detention? Because won't the parents get mad? They're like, I'm paying you all this money and you put my kid in detention. I want my detention to be productive. Not being rude, but normal schools, their detentions are not effective. Putting people in a room for misbehaving is not going to teach them a lesson. When they're in detention, maybe give them helpers to do their homework or something, so at least they're using their time valuably. We'll then have the detention teacher's desk. And whenever I think of this, I just think of Miss Battleaxe from Horrid Henry. And in the other classrooms, we're going to have joint tables so you can work together. But in here, it's of course got to be individual because you are being punished. And I'm not going to let them have computers because they could just look up Roblox. I'm not joking, guys. When me and my friends used to get detention in like 2018 and 2019, we would just play Roblox in detention because they'd give us computers. If you remember, in here is going to be the principal's office. So I think the desk should be in the corner here, kind of like hidden away. And we haven't done anything really cool or like custom in a moment. So I think I might actually add glass on here, and that looks low-key so weird, but the principal is literally like the king of the school. Anyway, one of the key roles of the head teacher is to look after the parents, like if they come in with complaints. So we'll have seats for the parents there. They'll also hold the meetings of the staff in their office. So we need a big old meeting table. We'll then have a little lamp in the corner, and that did nothing. The principal's actually going to get their own little mini bar. If you're really good, maybe you can come in here and like borrow the principal's slushy machine. That is basically the whole upstairs done. We do have one more big classroom, but I want to go do the gym next and then the cafeteria. The gym is probably going to be so expensive. I'm not even ready. Like, you thought Apple Vision Pro was expensive? Get ready for Teresa's gym. This is something private schools definitely have, like in London and stuff. Private schools, they literally have like gym as a lesson. I'm not joking. I wish my school had that. Like, it would just keep you so fit and healthy. I also forget we have like a secondary little hallway here, which is actually quite handy. And why not add some traditional pillars, our best friends? And we'll have some punching bags for the real angry kids. And then for the Zen kids, we'll actually have a little Zen room over here. And we'll make it actually aesthetic colors. No shade to the yellow, but it's just not giving. Finally, over in this space here, we might as well do one of those tiny running tracks. And then along this wall, oh my gosh, we can do bleachers. I didn't think we'd be able to do them because obviously this is such a small build. And bleachers, I didn't know what these were for ages, guys, because you know Taylor Swift's song where she's like, you're on the cheerleaders, I'm on the bleachers. I used to be like, what the hell are bleachers? And then one day I looked it up and they're the things you sit on. I kind of like it. It's got its own vibe to it. Now, we're at a crossroads, guys. I have 27 grand. Now, I actually worked before this video to even like top up my money, and it still wasn't enough. So we have got to make the cheapest classroom ever so we can afford the canteen. This classroom is not going to have windows. You think I can afford to be splashing 1.5k on a window? Never in my life did I think I would ever use these. But sometimes we do things that we don't want to do, guys. We still have 12 grand left for our little cafeteria. That's brilliant. That is all we need.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Ta-da, guys! Isn't this the best room? So this is the exterior of the private school. And honestly, it actually looks really good all the way around. The plot value's at 505,000. And that is the complete value because obviously we started with 500k. Now, it's very bright as you first walk up to it, but it does look very grand, doesn't it? Like, I really love the picnic bench on the outside. And it also means that this school can really be used for like role plays and stuff. But as you actually step in, other than the weird lighting, which I did try to fix, you can't deny this is giving private school life. I feel like Blair Waldorf, guys, or Serena Vanderwood strutting into their school. I think it's the mixture of the plants green with the brown wood with the light that's really making this shine. And then, of course, we have the fountain and some seats. We'll start with the worst room. Yeah, I just ran out of money. That's all there is to it. Let's leave. To the left, to the left. This is a little bit more of a beautiful, gorgeous room. And it is the gym. So over here is like the racetrack. And we also have a Zen room and the training. I think the racetrack would be fun because look at me sprinting around here, burn off my calories. We also have cheer squad tryouts. Well, 2016, wow, we're very late. And then, of course, our yoga, so we can break our back. Whoa! But upstairs, let's first of all appreciate the view from down here. Like, I would actually be encouraged to go to class if my view looked like this. First of all, this is such a nice hallway. Like, it's the little things that count. Through here, we have the sort of second hallway waiting room and the principal's office. Knock, knock, knock. Oh, wait, I don't need to knock. I'm the principal of this school. Hey, guys. Welcome to the parents. I just love this. This is like, I feel like this could be on Pinterest, guys. Just next to the principal's office is the ugly classroom. Although it's not actually that ugly, it's just more plain. You still have room for 20 pupils in here and a teacher and a stunning view over the front. Now, if you're running late for class, you can just jump over the banister and go up these stairs. So this is the waiting room. And then in here is art class. Art class is stunning. I really think this is probably the most realistic one. And I definitely didn't forget to change these paintings. The best paintings, as I said, go on the wall. And if someone in my art class painted this or this or this, I'd be giving them an A star straight away. Like, what is that talent? I love these side bits that are like built in. That was such a good shout putting them in there. And then once again, of course, the teacher's desk. Then the final room is the detention room. This is for growth and care and becoming smarter, really. So you'd sit at your desk and you would improve your spirit. Hopefully all of you had a fun time watching me build a private school. If you did, make sure to sub to the channel and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, chickens.